Alrighty, hey y'all, it's Guard again. It's been a while since I've done a draft, maybe a week, maybe a little more. Haven't lost a busy couple days, but anyway, time to do one of these sweet little drafts for my free to play. Got enough tickets for 2 drafts. We're probably only gonna end up doing one, and doing like a ton of high rarity drafts. So this pack is pretty bad. The best card's probably Patriarch or Tracker. I don't actually know which is better. Sigmund Fraud is just bad. It's got Defender. It's too small to matter, and its ability is really bad. Requires you to sacrifice a bunch of creatures. Umbric Icecrasher is just really small. Can't keep it alive. Ambrose Edict's too situational for draft, and Scavenger is Aloyan. It's also really situational. Like, it dies to pretty much anything that shrinks it. And it's just like really small at ranks 2 and rank 2 it's pretty small. Rank 3 it's gigantic. I think the pick is actually pretty close between Patriarch and Tracker, but I haven't been favoring Tracker recently because I think Patriarch's just a more decent creature. You get rewarded a little bit more for playing it, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the Tracker and then like jam myself into Dejin. I could take the Felstrider or the Branchweaver Druid. I think I'm gonna go with the Branchweaver Druid. I think Felstrider's a little stronger, but I don't want to be forced into Dejin for just a Spellstrider. Even though it's a strong faction pair, I want to keep my options open for a stronger card to come along. And Branchweaver Druid's fine. Countermeasure is not great. I definitely don't want to be an Alolan for countermeasure. Best card in this pack is probably Torrent Soldier, so I guess I can take that and keep the ball rolling on my staying open. Otherwise, I'd be taking like a Wind Primordial, which is okay in Umbric, but not great. Then we're reaching the end of our little experiment, so I just take the thing and then I'm forced into Dejin. Okay. The Blightwalker over the Darkheart Wanderer because it actually does something. I actually don't like Infernal Visage much in Dejin. Like, it's okay. It's decent. But you have so many creatures, it's best to kind of spread wide or go big. Like one of those two. And having to put things in the side lane when you have so many positional creatures like Branchweaver Druid is not the easiest. It's definitely like something you can do. Don't get me wrong, and I actually might take it here because it seems to be like the strongest card in the pack. Like, Infernal Visage, Roaming Warclaw, and Barefrost Totem are all cards I would consider like the pick here. I don't like Shardplate Delver as much in Dejin because you don't need another threat. Like, you just need to keep piling on, and Warclaw and Infernal Visage are good for that. I just am not sure what the pick is. I really like Infernal Visage in this faction. I'm sorry, Roaming Warclaw. Because you have Spirit Leash and Corpse Crawler, and those are really, really strong cards. So I think I'm going to take the Warclaw here. And then follow it up with a Frostwall Tracker. Frostwall Tracker is kind of similar to Warclaw, in that it lets you put extra creatures in play. It's really small on its own. It's like a force. You have to level it every time you draw it, but it's still really good. And this is like the same pack I just had, except for I have a Cacklebones. And you know what? Cacklebones is a good constructed card. These other cards really suck, and Cacklebones is okay. It's decent. I could take a second Blightwalker, but with Cacklebones and another Blightwalker, I'd rather take the Branchweaver Druid. And then Darkheart Wanderer, because I have a lot of things to sacrifice to Spirit Leash, and Spirit Leashing a Darkheart Wanderer is not the worst by any means. Ray the Grimgaunt, I think, is the easy pick here. I've got now a Darkheart Wanderer and a bunch of high toughness creatures to put it on so it'll live. If I can grab something with regen or like a Corpse Crawler, that would be nice too, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Heroic here. I could take 2, yeah. I think in a competitive draft I would take the Warclaw here, but since we're just drafting for collection, taking the extra silver and the Heroic is better. And Grove Huntress is the only good card here. Berserk Drake's not the worst, even if you don't have Tempest, because it's a decent body with a Regenerate. That said, I still like Cold-a-Week a little better than it. Though Cold-a-Week is a common, Berserk Drakes are rare, so I'll see more Cold-a-Weeks than Berserk Drakes. It's 810 Regen 2 at rank 2, which is decent. Kind of tempted to take it. Because if I could pick up something with Ride the Grimgaunt, I'd rather have a creature with Regenerate than not a creature with Regenerate, than just take the Crypt Slime to fuel my token army. This is a really good pack. Scourge Hydra, Ursine Strength, and Bitterfrost Totem are all really good picks. And I think I'm leaning towards the Bitterfrost Totem, just have a removal spell. Bitterfrost Totem's a really good one. And having a pump spell is not that important compared to removal, I think. Removal typically makes you trade 2 for 1. Pump spells like Ursine Strength, because you have to use it on one of your creatures and then trade with one of theirs. Sometimes your creature lives, most of the time it doesn't. Bitterfrost Totem just makes their creatures so small you can't not 1-for-1 them. And just take the Grove Huntress. It's the only thing that really does anything in this pack. I don't like Spiritual Druid in this faction because you put too many creatures in play to make use of it. And taking the Corpse Crawler because we have a billion things to work with. Bitterfrost Totem over Deathseeker because it's much, much better. I'll take a second Blightwalker, I guess. I think it's better than the second Deep Branch Prowler for sure. A third Blightwalker? No. I prefer Corpse Crawler over Spirit Leash if I had to pick these two cards, because Corpse Crawler doesn't require a creature to be in play for it to be useful. Like, they both need fodder creatures, but Spirit Leash needs 2 creatures in play, one you sack and one you target. Corpse Crawler only needs the one you sack. So it's a little more flexible. And then we'll take the Grove Matriarch, because I like this card way more than a Huntress. I think this pick is difficult. Torgmire Guardian works. It's just a decent card. It doesn't actually work that well in my deck. Corpse Crawler, I have a billion things to sacrifice to, and Spirit Cleave is just a decent removal spell. I already have 2 Bitterfrost Totems though, so I think I'm leaning towards the Corpse Crawler because I have, Crypt Slime, Warclaw, Matriarch, Branch Weavers, and that's it. But that's still a lot, right? That's like 4 separate cards. And some of those are back-end things I only want to sacrifice, like you have to kill the Crypt Slime and the Matriarch before they make their little 1/1s. But that's still a lot of creatures for Corpse Crawler. So I'm just going to go ahead and take it. And take Whispers of Dendris because it makes everything bigger. Each creature gets +1/+1, or +X/+X, where X is your rank. And strength in numbers is not the worst here, but with 3 Corpse Crawlers, I just want to keep drafting some fodder. And this pack is really, really bad. Don't actually know what the pick is here. It might be Rot Wanderer or Shardclaw Crusher. Because they both... I don't want a third Blightwalker. That's just absurd. I don't have enough Abominations for Abyssal Maw. I actually have just 3 Abominations in the Corpse Crawlers. Abyssal Wall's too small. It doesn't scale as well as I thought it did. With the 6/6 at rank 2 is really, really small. So it might just take a Rot Wanderer. Because it's a decent utility creature. It kills anything. It's like a Cold the Weak, sort of. That is a creature, but it kills things slightly lower than Cold the Weak. And I think it's better than Deathseeker. Not positive, because I do still have 3 Corpse Crawlers. Maybe I'll just draft the Deathseeker anyway, because with 3 Corpse Crawlers and 2 Ride of the Grimgons, I pretty much want things to be dying all the time. Plus with Patriarch, I can make these stupid 1/1s actually useful. And then I think the pick is Torrent Soldier or Zombie Titan. Stag of Bliss is also fine. It's one of these 3 creatures. It's definitely not Misery Demon because it's too small in the butt. So let's see. Torrent Soldier gives me a little removal spell, which I don't really need. I have 2 Blightwalkers and 2 Bitterfrost Totems, and I already have a Torrent Soldier, so I don't really want the extra spell in my deck. Zombie Titan's just really solid threat I can put in the side lane in case I draw or get an Abyssal Root or something. Stag of Bliss is just a decent 5/5 into 9/9 into 16/16. Really solid card that gains you health at the end of your turn. If the pick is between these two, I'd probably rather take the Stag, because with Branchweaver Druids and the Warclaw, I'm going to have to be filling up the lanes a lot, and I would hate to replace creatures for Zombie Titan. Even though I think it's a smidgen stronger in a vacuum than Stag of Bliss. I think Stag of Bliss, its ability is really underrated, and it's really large at rank 3. Speaking of underrated abilities, I think I'm going to take the Torgmire Mender. I don't have anything I really love to protect, but having a lot of low toughness creatures like Roarclaw and Frostwall Tracker lets me protect them and have a plant in case I get a really late Torgmire Guardian or something. Plus, Crypt Slime's not super exciting. It's a decent card, but yeah, this is whatever. Torgmire Guardian gets pumped by Patriarch and pumps all my other guys, and it can gain me life if I really need it to. So I think it's much stronger than Crypt Slime. And Sora Harvester, it's not really worth talking about. I forgot this faction even have Graveborn Gluttons because this is the first one I've seen the entire draft. I think it's the pick just because Cavern Serpent and Graveborn Glutton are similar cards, but Graveborn Glutton has 11 power at rank 2, so it's much better than just the 9/9 Serpent, even though the Serpent does a lot of damage. So go ahead and take that, and then we take Venom Fang because Legion Reigns is not great at all. So how do we do with this deck? I think we did pretty well, right? We got a lot of heroics for the collection here. This Patriarch is silver, as are these rights, but the Cacklebones and the Tracker are new. I don't have playsets of those yet. So I think we did pretty well. I didn't get any Spirit Leeches, but I have a ton of Corpse Crawlers, so maybe that'll just be enough to, crawl my way to victory. Well, let's go to round 1 and find out.